Volume 5. Where is my mysterious now? It is the 16th. It's been a couple of days. You guys have been kind of like stewing in action. Rock and Roller, you've been getting back into the public eye a tiny bit after a day in the dark. If anybody has any special actions. Oh, first off, we're gonna open up on the comic volume, and on this we kind of have the Justice League style poster, but it is replaced by 4 very different looking robots, and in the center of it, it's split in half with Madam Nix and Silas O'Sullivan.
Oh no.
I know who one of those people is.
Who's Madam Nix?
And Silas is the S-Tech guy, the president, founder, whatever. He's like the Lex Luthor.
CEO. Yeah.
Oh.
You know the guy from the very first session you guys pissed off?
Yeah, it was our coming together thing.
Don't worry about it.
Ah, yes.
No, I conveniently forgot. That never happened. Bastion looks up into the middle distance. What are you talking about? Our first meeting was non-problematic in any way.
You see a bird holding a grenade above your head.
Son of a bitch. Pulls a gun out.
Whole new meaning to bird droppings.
Oh god, we need to stop. This cannot be the state that we are in for.
This is what we shall be known for.
Any
This is
case,
not going to be arcs of birds.
any case, Rock and Roller, how do you manage your fans? Are you just a concert goer, kind of like? Do you just put up shows and stuff? Do you have like a site?
Well, every mission,
Twitter, Instagram.
I mean, yeah, EA has like all the social network stuff, but
I can't believe you have a MySpace.
yeah, he probably has a MySpace. Let's be honest. But yeah, that's mostly how he communicates. Less live streams, but mostly like when he goes into the city doing some crazy stuff. That's normally when you go and look for Rock and Roller.
Okay, so Rock and Roller is more of a superhero than Rockstar.
It's indistinguishable.
Like conventional, right? Rockstar.
Like every doing justice of a Rock and Roller is a rock concert.
Okay.
And a medium harsh catastrophe as well.
Do you have like a record deal or something, or nah?
No, not fuck no.
Okay. You put your stuff on SoundCloud, or you just don't put stuff up at all?
Something like that. I mean, rock and rollers are not
Big
really
fan.
out to like make money.
Record
true.
deals are how the man controls you, man.
Yeah, the rock and rollers and like record companies are not the best mix. Record companies are more like something Madam Senator would control.
It's kind of funny because that's how all punk heroes kind of are. Welcome to the Clash. Any case, you're updating your social media. Nothing's really been on the rise in your kind of galactic conflict. Besides, there is a musical race, however, in your world for being the hit of the summer,
Ooh. Damn.
which you haven't really started yet. You could have started in the alien place if you weren't so like locked out with
Well,
your one-man rendition of Thunderstruck.
but he probably posted like the incident, like, oh, alien base attacked, armory destroyed, rock'n'roller saves the day, something like that.
Oh yeah, you definitely made a post about it, but it wasn't. You don't have anything in the contention for the
Yeah,
The
position.
collective will wipes it off the internet like within 10 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. There's like a DMCA strike, and it's like you can't use our bases as background. This is a secure facility. Everyone, forget you ever saw this.
Yeah, it has a lot of black parts in it.
Yeah,
That
and
was like a small like cult following of like, man, there was like 10 minutes where that thing was up and we saw the full deal.
It's a good thing it looks nothing like
There's
it
the
anymore.
fans that are in the know and the fans who are out of the know about the collective will incident.
And then we of course had that little live stream where he like gathered some positive energy for verifications recovery.
Rock
that
and
he
roll the
live
spirit
streamed.
bomb.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And,
Um.
yeah, I think as Ian like updates his feeds, he like compares himself with Rock and Roller Senior, who does the most craziest shits all day long.
Rock and Roller Senior is right now doing a biopic for Netflix.
Damn. Yeah.
Any case, but in the contention for the hit of the summer, right now is a fellow rocker group in Japan.
Ooh.
Who are very much from the same line of hero as you are, rock and roller,
Nice.
but they're just organized. There's a drum and 2 guitars, and everyone does their own vocals and stunts and pyrotechnics and everything else. And then in the other corner, from the diluted masses, is the weekday for Planet Popstar.
No.
God damn it.
I mean, I have to support them. But I don't have a band. I mean, I have pyrotechnics. Kind of like start typing like wildly to a Sprawl, verification, and Bastion. Yo, do you guys like play any instruments?
Not in particular, but I can probably put on a hell of a light show.
We already have pyrotechnics.
I
Plenty
can
of it.
form crowd control.
Am I really the only one who plays the music instrument?
I could probably turn into a hell of a synthesizer.
Okay, that makes it 2.
Bastion actually doesn't reply for once, which is very out of character. He usually does not. He's usually pretty quick on this kind of stuff.
And in case while you were kind of like sorting through that kind of
Yeah.
thing, I now have to. Okay, day 2 of kind of like not being in anything too big. Sprawl.
Yep.
Have you been hitting the pavement? It's been downtime, so like, what is
Yeah.
Sprawl doing?
After what happened last time, he's still a little shook by the whole thing, and not about what happened with verification. That was terrible, and he does feel bad about that. But the whole bird thing, so he spent a lot of the time, like on tall buildings, making little nests where he perches and watches the birds and taking notes of flight patterns and stuff. And then while he's up there, if he notices any trouble or whatever, he might swoop down and, try to, fight the villain or whatever it is, or save the cat in the tree or something.
Okay. Do you want to roll plus freak with a -1 to try and figure out birds?
Sure.
I got my eye on them.
You don't have to take a condition. You just notice that they're in their migratory patterns.
But nothing unusual from what the internet tells me.
Nothing unusual from what the internet tells you, except pigeons. Pigeons are crazy as fuck.
Like they're behaving more crazy than normal?
No, they're just crazy.
Okay.
We ain't like good feathers yet.
Are any of them ghosts?
No,
Okay.
but you'd have to look up into a satellite to confirm that one.
Don't tempt me.
Any case.
Elon Musk has a falcon about to go up in somewhere in Halcyon. I'll hitch a ride.
Well, now that I am in charge of the...
Bastion City would be where Elon Musk finally settles, wouldn't it?
Nope.
He would wind up being a supervillain.
Or he,
He'd be like that weird middle guy.
Okay, no, think about
Make
this.
shit that both side uses.
Think about this.
he takes Ambien and then listens to music.
Think about this. The guy, the spacesuit in the car, right? The spacesuit in the car?
Yeah, you mean the ripoff of the intro of heavy metal?
Exactly. Sure. Here, imagine it. He seals it up. I was like, what do you go... Wait, I forget what it is. Do you expect me to talk? No, Mr. Bond. I expect you to go to Mars.
I really thought you were gonna take the whole. He made an affordable flamethrower. Angle.
Yeah, there's also that one.
Like, dog, for like $500, I can buy a flamethrower now.
And then for an extra
capability
$50, you can buy a fire extinguisher for your flamethrower.
Yeah. Well, actually, when you buy a flamethrower, it does come with one free complimentary fire extinguisher.
It's only a sample.
You just get a little squirt out of it and you're done.
It's only enough to douse one chair.
I think he's fucking said like Elon Musk's got you covered when he fucking sent out the tweet about that being a thing. Like that was gonna fix the problem. I bought a flamethrower, but don't worry, I also got a fire extinguisher. Like, yeah, I don't feel more comfortable about that.
Any
But
case,
anyways, we've gone on one hell of a tangent about Elon Musk.
verification.
You're welcome.
Your downtime, or not even downtime, calm before the storm. Halcyon City's getting a bit stuffy. How are you?
Obviously, by being in space. No. Well, the first things first is I actually spend kind of a depressing amount of time working on getting the base back up and running. Because, I mean, for one thing, I need to organize the supply shipments. I need to make sure that they're patching up all the holes we made in the base. I need to keep all the I need to make sure that anyone who's dead has a replacement coming on the next transport over. I'm like, basically, if anyone talks to me, I give them like a video call back, and I'm in an office with a
Like
space
5
pen.
cups of coffee.
Coffee? Yeah.
White space coffee.
The people of the collective will needs no stimulant but its own glory.
To which, Bastion said, that's 17 different kinds of bullshit. Drink coffee, damn it.
And then verification kind of slumps over.
Like, yeah.
We see multiple positions just standing in the doorway and going, you know you have aids for this? Administration didn't get hit at all.
Oh, sounds like someone needs more than just the collective will to keep him going. And he just kind of looks up to the side and casually slides a mug of coffee as he disappears. Sounds like someone needs a little bit of the collective brew.
Meanwhile, there's surveillance footage show Rock Roller like trying to bash in the gates, and nobody lets him in anymore.
After what you do with the armory, no.
And also designing the Mark III Heavy, specifically designed so that it can be got out of and then got back into.
I'm sure it turns some heads when you're like, I want a suit I'm able to get in and out of, and they're like, really easily, and they're like, why would you go out of it? You're like, I have a history, and it just hard cuts to every time you fucking ejected out of that and caught on fire. You're like, I had a real hard time getting back inside.
Exactly. Yeah. So mostly just verification, working a disturbing amount, actually.
Okay. Yeah, I get that. And then lastly, Bastion.
Kind of running himself ragged.
Calm before the storm.
Funny that you mentioned disturbing levels of working. Kind of hit for the past couple days. He's been in 2 rooms. The room that he goes to train and the room where he does his information gathering. And it's been to the degree that, like, Melissa's been worrying because, he's always kind of been one that tried to insist on, like, eating together. And she was the one that puts it off for, like, her other work. And she kind of offered that day that he came back from verification being injured because he didn't look normal, and he kind of shot her down for the first time and has been alone since. And like, he usually isn't one to train his powers, but he hasn't like turned them off probably since that day. And he, like, when you like go into his room that for the information gathering, there's like a shit ton of files, and like you can see all kinds of different face portraits, and like next to them pros and cons. And I want to do, I guess, a mixture of like 2 different moves.
Yeah,
Like, I guess it would be a mixture of like been reading the files and digging into an existing hero's past.
Yeah,
The
so
records. So they're both superior, still.
I want you to roll freak to see, like, okay, hold on, I gotta figure this kind of shit out, because this is
I mean,
like,
I'm
you're
fine
going
with freak as
into,
well.
you are digging into things.
Yep.
2, 3.
Trying to find somewhat of my particular beliefs.
Give me a second while I try to write this down. So we have. Because I have to compile a list for how I want this to be ran. Okay, nearly done.
I got like 3 of these very specific moves for specific things. It's just you going, "Hey man, I really fucked up. Can we like please sorry? Don't no I."
Yeah, I just want to like just say that we didn't mean it.
When you plead with the regular citizenry for help, when you publicly apologize for a mistake, when you publicly tried to atone for your mistakes. Like, man, that's not a lot of faith in me there, huh?
Almost done. So I'm sorry, I should have this done beforehand, but like when you're talking, okay, roll me the freak to see what you can find.
Everything. He has
Oh my
been
God.
throwing himself at this.
Okay. I need you to roll me. 3d10s.
Oh boy. 12.
Reroll the last one. Actually, no, don't reroll the. Actually, okay, you can reroll the last one for a new face, or you can take more information on number 5.
So. Okay. Oh, I see what you mean. New face. Varieties. Spice of life.
So, out of your 2 days of just digging through people and files, the ones that are still around and who are up and about these 2 things. You have the Ringer, who you saw in the first volume. Was this pugilist, Native American bull kind of character. He was wearing basically just a leather jacket, like this kind of like some tough looking worn-in pants and like boots, and just like this kind of just plain shirt underneath it. You have number 5 is Showman. Like,
Yeah.
and these are in your dad's personal files,
Mm-hmm.
labeled "If shit goes wrong, crack this." Like, these were the files that like Melissa like saw and was just like, you really shouldn't open those, and you're just like, but I want to, and she's like, I want to, and she's just like, she decided to give you your space because she's also a bit concerned, but she also is a bit curious. So yeah, Showman is another one that shows up. He's a magical hero. He's actually in charge of the arcane department in the Illuminati.
Alright.
And then your final one is Zork. All 3 of these are part of your dad's special department
Mm-hmm.
of the righteous men, but now roll me 3 of those special moves.
Like one. What is Zork in terms of like? Who is he?
Zork was the orc kind of berserker that you found in
Oh yeah. Okay. And
that came from the pizza shop.
what am I rolling exactly?
Huh?
What am I rolling exactly? Am I rolling the freak thing again?
Not the freak thing again.
Or the
It would,
3d10?
not the 3D10. Specific moves for specific things. If you want to figure out more about these, then you're gonna have to roll per superior to dig into
Okay.
their information, and you can switch one of the questions for well, actually, pass through on ahead. You find revealing information. 10 plus, you may ask a follow-up question. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'd say like maybe instead of this, like how
Okay.
maybe how tied they are to the organization.
Okay, Romy, you've been reading the files on these guys.
Alrighty. I'll just do it in order.
You can always roll that one for.
First person.
Uh,
Second person. Holy shit. What the fuck? That's 4
Okay.
tens in a row.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
All right. So obviously, you know,
Wow.
Wiz is super tied into the organization, being a department head. He recently grew into it. Zork is not super tied. He's kind of on the fence, but that's because there's a footnote of Zork can't really be. Like, Zork has always been his own person,
Yeah.
or own being, it should be said. And then the ringer is tied. Definitely.
Hmm. And
He's a bit of an old thumper.
in my investigations, did I find anyone who's a little bit less heroic that could also be candidates, or
There is two, one of which was just an interest and also kind of labeled in projects. Was Bruja, and then another one who was labeled as kind of like an on the fence villain. It is Raw.
all right.
That kind of Raw.
Yeah.
But the free that you've dug up the most have been on those free. So you can ask, I'll say maybe, I'll give you a pro and con about each.
Mm.
And that'll be your research, and then we'll be moving on.
Yeah.
So, Showman, formerly known as WizKid, the con is he's a dick. The pro is, he knows what's going on and what's supposed to be going on. Like, he has perspective, and he definitely has power to back that up. Secondly, Zork is just, his pro is almighty force. His con is that he's just a really, really independent soul. Like, it is rough to work with Zork for multiple reasons. One being his the foremost being his personality. Nice, it's labeled nice guy, but independent in the end.
Yeah.
Not even like guy with a question mark. And the third, you got Ringer. The pro is he's dependable and the pros is he's dependable and experienced. The con is that he's been around the block, so he's wizened, and he might not exactly be exuberant.
And can I just ask one question that applies to like all of these candidates. It's a very
Yeah.
simple question. Who is the strongest in terms of like magical prowess?
Magical prowess?
Yeah, because I mean, in the end, that is
Um,
what he is needing.
Ringer is enchanted. Zork is just like an indescribable force. So the one that's for sure a magical force is definitely Showman.
And is Showman stronger than Ra and Bruja, or am I unable to figure that out?
Probably definitely stronger than Bruja, but Ra. I mean, he's also on the same level as Apollo, but he's also another god of the sun. So,
Yeah, I probably don't want to do that one. So noted.
and he's kind of a villain. So, give me 10 minutes.
Yeah. He doesn't really care about the villain part, but you know, the other god of the sun would complicate things. So, damn, that is probably the only time in my entire life that I've wanted a roll to go well, and it went well.
Hey, if it works, right?
I mean, yeah, it's like one of those things where it's like, I, Travis, am happy because Bastion wanted this to happen, but like Melissa, I am worried because,
Yeah.
Bastion's taking an interesting turn.
Going for the crazies.
More than willing, if that's what gets him what he needs.
Ouch. Yep. Gotta go for the extremes.
Like, thankfully, my research pulled, you know, Showman, because if it didn't, you'd probably just go to Bruja.
Yeah. Where are you taking this?
That's the question, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know.
Bastion was changed by last mission, and I'm following that path to see where it leads.
Yeah, cause like, man.
For once, he's going to have a little bit of a mystery man behind him, which is usually Sprawl's whole deal. Because, man, like, the little peek Sprawl gives to what's going on around him have all been really fucking crazy. And he just kind of, like, brushes it to the side.
Eh.
Yeah, you're like, I tucked the Virgil in the closet, and there's like, and of course, like, Bastion was too emotionally, like, stricken by what happened to question that, but as Travis, I was like, wait, what? And he just kept going, like nothing happened. I was like, well, like, I can't wait for, like, the big reveal that, like, some crazy time shit has just been going on the entire adventure. That you've just been casually dealing with on the side, and you're like, oh yeah. Or that time where finally everyone just kind of gets in that sense of complacency about Sprawl, like, regenerating, and one time he just doesn't regenerate.
That's actually kind of a terrifying thought. That like, oh my gosh.
That's the thought that Bastion has kept forefront in his mind, which is why every time Sprawl's just like, I regenerate, he's like, dude, you really need to be more careful.
Well, last time you mentioned it, Sprawl was like, the thought crossed my mind. So, like, this last regeneration kind of made him a little bit more human again, personality-wise.
You know, he worries about it a lot because, you know, even though part of him's not sure how much horror is still in there, they were friends.
Right.
He'd rather not lose that.
Yep.
And the reality of that is fully within the realm of possibility, has finally left some kind of sense of permanence with verification, because unlike Sprawl, he couldn't regrow his limbs.
Not without some outside help.
Part 2, the Revengeance.
Yeah.
So where were we at? Pros and cons, I just got through that, and now you guys can decide where the fuck you wanna, I mean, if you guys wanna fall off for the day. If you guys wanted to... Bastion, you have your information. It is the third day. You are called into the office.
Like...
Via your respective modes. Sprawl, you have to actually open up a letter and read paper.
What
Terror.
It is not something you can simply find on the internet and crack.
Look
In
at me.
instant way.
To feel better, he gets the letter and, like, opens it, and before he reads it, he scans it and digitizes it and reads it that way.
I need my crutch.
So what you're saying is you took a picture of it.
Effectively, yes.
Well, I mean, you can say it the boring, non-tech way. But Sprawl sees it as digitizing.
I performed a photon reflectivity analysis.
Or like the guy on the left, like, dog, you took a picture.
But,
So this is a call to see Mr. Johnson? That Bastion receives? Like, that office, right? Not like Melissa called it to her office, or like Shroudhound was back and was like, hey.
No. It was the Illuminati office.
Okay, yeah.
I thought we were going to a paper company.
There's a couple places that he would refer to as the office, so I needed a little bit of clarification. But yeah, he goes, because, you know.
Yep.
As much as he wants to go and investigate his shit right now, he does have a job.
Yes, Sprawl gets off his perch, assuming his letter says to go to the office as well, and heads in.
And verification, you just get a nice little bow gift, and inside is a primitive form of earth grease.
Fucking what?
Like
Primitive
oil,
form.
mechanical oil.
Oh no, I understood. What?
And then rock and roller,
Yes. Just gets a text message.
yeah, you get a text message. You get tweeted.
Yeah.
Wait,
The the Twitter handle is Charlie B. Barkin.
Yeah. I think like Ian currently at school and like reads that. Oh, damn.
And-
No band practice, sorry. Kinda like swings himself on his scooter and drives to the Illuminati headquarters.
Are all of the other tweets on that account bitching about cat videos?
No, they're slam remixes.
Oh, man of fine taste. Once again, Johnson knows how to be.
And then there is one at the beginning of July with just fuck birds.
Naturally.
Wait, so we all got messages to come to the office, and he got a fucking box of grease?
Yeah, and then the
Yeah.
message.
Oh, I was like, wait, did he just open a box and just grease poured onto the floor and he was like, well,
No, it was like a bottle, and then there's also the message.
Clearly, this means I need to get a move on it and head to where I need to be to lubricate the situation.
You are almost doing the voice. Like, when?
Any case, you're going to be. You guys get to the office in respective and very crazy manners, and you guys are, and then
steps.
you, more than just steps actually this time, yes. But each of you finally get to a point where you're in the office and you see Mr. Johnson looking at you and go, I'm glad you're here. I got a new task for you.
You said that to all of
Well,
us?
maybe not me. And he's like, yeah, he's talking to all you guys.
Okay.
There's a looming presence in the room.
The room?
There's a...
The room.
Yeah, the room.
Oh, hi, Mark.
5 different clocks are ticking.
Hmm.
And you get to this point where he says, well, I might not have something for you, but, well, you care to explain? My man? And then on the TVs, they just cut into a look of Virgil's face and go, yeah, I'll explain. And each of these monitors are in their bluish glow, kind of. Virgil kind of like looks at all of you, specifically you. He glances at you, Sprawl, more than most, and he goes, so they found me out at S-Tech.
What were you doing there?
What am I, what?
What were you doing there?
Keeping tabs.
They are pretty shady.
He nods at this. You should know the most. They're already starting prototypes, and I think they're getting help elsewhere.
Probably.
So, I was found by an acquaintance of yours, Madam Nix, and she kind of disassembled me, is what we'll call it.
Prototypes of...
Good.
Prototypes of what kind?
Sprawl just kind of looks at him and raises an eyebrow.
He just looks at you and just juts a chin your way, Sprawl.
Yeah, that's what Sprawl had assumed. That's why he raised the eyebrow to verification.
I think Bastion's more in shock that someone survived being disassembled by Madam Nix. He's like, I haven't heard that ever happen. Usually when that verb is involved with Madam Nix, the result is many dead. And at least 3 organizations gone from the earth.
I'm kind of immortal. Kind of.
It kind of seems to be going on a lot with people we're meeting.
That's because it's a very popular trait in fiction. Adds a lot of complexity. Any case, you'll discover things aren't totally immortal.
So, we're dealing with a Terminator situation.
Exactly. And I'm not just talking about T800 and T1000. I'm talking about T9000, T45, and then you also have to be wary of good old Madam.
Is
The
this
good old
in the
Madam.
same family
Wait,
as
she's not on our side?
So yeah, what is she doing with S-Tech?
She is like
Cash.
Wings. Like yeah.
Oh fuck.
Alignment wings.
She needs to
She needs to
something about her own island.
What?
But I still go there sometimes for like a barbecue. How am I? Oh, she's gonna kill me. He just
Well,
looks real worried.
I'm sure you're the most capable to be on task with her nightlight. Okay.
Yeah, she is pretty darkety dark, and you're all lightety light.
Okay.
The last time I
Hence
used
why I
my
asked for
power
you.
here-
Also, like now I'm realizing how much smart of a pick this was. Any case, and then he looks to Sprawl. Aztec's doing something, and since they sent Nyx after me, and of course, I am what I am right now. I want you to take them to task, find out why there's 4 different prototype versions, and end them.
Oh dear.
I'm certainly okay with that.
And then you hear just Kilt Bill sirens.
Oh, sorry, and I turn them off.
Oh, and then you just see like Mr. Johnson pulling like his hand up and then just putting it on the table. Yes. End them. But seriously, I need Aztec in their place. They've been running a bit too far recently.
Yeah, I'm still miffed when they attacked me.
Well, if you thought that was enjoyable. Going 5v1 wasn't exactly great. So, be careful. Be aggressive. And I recommend talking with Madam Nyx first to start on laying out ground rules.
All right. Not sure how 1 and 2 are compatible, but I can do 3.
Because that's extremely important.
Oh yeah, that was the plan regardless of what you said next. I'd rather not get on her bad side. Ever again.
Any case, I suggest you start with her, and then that's the best I got.
Alright. Well, I assume she's probably at their offices then.
No.
No?
Is she home?
Do we know where she is?
Well, you have a friend who's related to her.
Yeah, he's like, no, Sam's already texting Nightcrawler. Hey, where's your mom? Next mission's kind of fighting against. I'm not gonna. We already know after the pain incident that we don't fight Madam Nyx on anything. But I would rather not get in trouble with her. So where can I go to beg for her to look the other way?
Joey riding back from the room over where he plays D&D with the Wiz Squad. I told you one day we have to fight her. I'm just happy I don't have to do it.
Son of a bitch.
Like, she hangs out in some villain bars sometimes.
Oh, thanks. I'll
Like-
just
like-
investigate every villain bar as a hero until I get to her.
Like,
That's a
not the
great-
dirty ones, though, the classy ones.
Those are still likely to kill me.
Well, that's what you do when you deal with my mom. Sorry, buddy.
Why can't you arrange a meeting?
I will do my best.
You literally have her number.
Is
I don't
this-
know. Should I roll as Joey? Like,
No. What you can get is, Bastion, guess what you get to do with Madam Nyx's number? You get to roll provoke on how you try and get Madam Nyx
Oh God.
to play ball with you.
If I say that this is a Nightcrawler approved expedition, even though it's not, will that give me a conditional bonus to provoke her? Because I am saying that I am going with the sun's blessings with this particular meeting.
Also, let rock and roll provoke her. He's good at that.
Yeah, but you don't know her, so it'd be kind of weird for
That's true.
him thematically to say, hey, you text her. Yeah, can I do that? My superior is not very high, which is why I ask. Because, I mean, this is a person that I do have a relationship with outside of being a hero.
Sure. But you have to line it up as I just need to talk with you about something.
I mean, that is how he's lining it up, because that is the truth of the situation. He just needs to talk to her about the situation. He's not going to go into detail that it is about the thing that they are currently against each other on. But hey, I can worry about that once she's in front of me and I'm cowering.
I whisper aside to you, saying, tell me, is Madame Nyx weak to the same illumination trick that I used on...
I'm not fighting her. I like breathing. Seeing the sun when I get up. Both of those things become very unlikely the second you pull any aggressive action against Madame Nyx.
Well, I guess it's.
Then the only solution is instant overwhelming force.
No. How about good old diplomacy? She is more likely to look the other way than most people of unique moral leanings.
Of
But,
course, talking is the
yeah.
best idea, but if it does get worse, at
We
least I
run.
don't need to breathe and I can see in the dark, so.
She'll find a way. He kind of looks, but yeah. Is it like, do I get like a +1, or is it just a little bit easier?
You get to roll.
Cool.
You get to cut the chase. How about
Okay.
that?
I'll try.
You spend less. You might not have to go to the classy villain bar.
Oh, what the fuck? Bastion's a new man. This is fucking 5 10s back to back.
Rigged! You hacked the system.
Bastion should go.
Oh my gosh, and your modifier is only +1. Wow.
What the fuck? Dude, I
So-
haven't had a failure in sessions.
Any case, yeah, Bastion. She's at her house.
It's like, great. I'll see you there. This is a very important conversation. I'm very happy that we can have it.
Sounds
Give
like
me
I need to
one.
make pancakes.
That would be lovely. Your cooking is amazing. He just kind of like, not a lie, but he is going to instantly compliment her because he knows this is not going to be a fun conversation. He's like, okay, guys, we need to go like now as fast as possible while she's still in a happy mood.
I sense this would require close air support.
We're not doing anything that is going to come off even remotely competitive.
Guess I shouldn't transform.
So then verification is currently not wearing the battle suit, so he's like, perhaps then I should or should not wear the new Mark III heavy suit.
Keep it
No.
on standby for rapid deployment, but out of sight, out of scene. We're not going there with the intention to use it, but we have to be ready to get away.
Ian like kind of stretches his head and says, "Well, I can't really stop it when Rug Roller wants out, so."
No. Funny joke. No. Don't even.
I'm trying my best, dude.
Don't.
God.
When the thought comes and you're in that house, suppress it with every fiber of your being.
I will try, but it's
Not,
not easy.
not a single thing in that house.
Sam,
better
that's
be broken.
pure rock and roll to stop with the bare hands of a mortal being.
In many cases, I'll have your back no matter what you do. In this case, I will not hesitate to leave you to the wolves so that I can run away.
Okay, I will try my best. Sorry.
Just know, I will not pull you out of the grave if you dig one. Just kind of like has that like haunted look as he's like, okay, time to go. He fucking rushes to see Madam Nix.
Yep. So it takes half an hour, and you were walked in, and there's orange juice, and you adding a bright salt lamp kind of deal to the entire thing.
Yeah, he's trying to keep his powers about as dim as possible.
Ver-
And
I
food
just
is-
have this visual image of verification in the just standing there in full combat armor. He's not, but he really wishes he was.
Ian just sits there and eats his pancake.
Are you not in your thing?
No, because that would end fatal if he would turn into rock and roller.
Yeah, no.
Kind of exhausting being rock and roller for 24 hours a day. So also Ian has like a private life after that. Well,
And Sprawl's not a woman turning into a motorcycle in their living room this time either.
And verification just has like the upper part of the suit on, since that's, and then the bottom half is just an airtight jumpsuit. Or actually, it looks more like a wetsuit, but this is verification's informal wear.
Yeah. Bastion is on his fucking grade A, good Christian boy behavior.
So she looks up to you guys and goes, "Hello, honey," to you, rock and roller, and she goes to like Bastion. She's like, "What's up?"
So, you know that
Giant
job?
Prower is in here because Dad decided to take him on this, like, or let's go to hell, buddy comedy journey. So we'll be seeing him.
No, that's a shame. I haven't talked to him in a while. And he's like, well, you know that job you took with Aztec recently?
How do you know about that one?
We might be on the other
I
side of
haven't
it.
even. Oh.
So I just
We know somebody who, you know, that you've met on the job.
Oh, Blue Clock Boy.
uh,
Actually, I shouldn't be talking about Virgil like that. He does deserve respect.
yeah. So if there's any way we could navigate this conflict of interest without upsetting your business, I would love to hear it. Cause
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I recently got an island.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm
Wait,
assuming that an island is not an easy thing to acquire on this planet.
no, wait, what? Like,
With
like, did they
property.
make you an island, or did you?
No, it was. We're not going to discuss details because we're already getting into something a bit seedier than the details of my island.
Wait, one question.
No,
Please.
No,
please.
no
No,
questions.
please.
no,
I just wanted to know.
please.
I just wanted to know if you now own Japan or not.
no.
Okay.
Oh my.
They don't have that much money.
Just checking, because if you did, I was gonna ask if maybe a discount flight out or something like that, discount hotel. But since you don't, that's cool.
You can see, like, visibly Bastion's blood pressure lower again after spiking real high when he's like, I have a question, and she went, no. And I was like, stop. Like he's like, this is like one of the worst people ever to be on the other side of. I really didn't want this one.
So you got the other side of that case then.
Yeah.
All right. So, you tell me your objectives, and then I might tell you my objectives, and then you tell me about the cute boys, and then I might tell you something, like if they like you or not.
This seems like a decidedly one-sided agreement.
No, that's fine. Our objective
We're taking them down.
is getting rid of the prototypes.
Interesting. Because their objective is to get rid of you.
Oh, I know. They've already
No, I
tried
meant
and failed.
you.
I know.
No. Like that.
Like all of
That
us.
was like puffball. Like kinda.
Or like specifically Sprawl.
More going. They're gunning for Sprawl, but they really don't care.
You're incidental to what they want.
Basically.
Yeah, because I was
Because
willing
they
to
believe
make
that they
a
can
lot of
produce their own.
concessions, but Sprawl's not one of them.
I wasn't suggesting that. Sprawl worked with my son.
Thank you.
That's why you guys can get rid of them, but if anything directly, like you say, like tries to harm S-Tech, I can't exactly allow that.
Okay, so we can
Don't go after the company, don't go after the you can survive the robots.
Okay, so just focus on the robots.
No, survive the robots.
Survive the robots.
So you're saying even destroying the robots is off limits?
No.
I know you said survive. That
What
doesn't
you
mean
do
destroy
in
them.
what you do in your endeavor to survive the robots, I can't judge.
Yeah, he's just like, yep, that's about as clear as Madam Nix is ever gonna be. And what was this? Did she tell you about the cute boys? Like what? Did she say that, or did I hear that wrong?
No, she did. Ian here is fairly cute, and I'm sure he knows a lot of people with his in his fans that he could hook you up with.
I'm not
What?
looking for that kind of action. I'm just saying if you have any curiosity kills the cat kind of motions. And she bats eyes towards verification, then goes back.
Like if we're curious about anyone in particular, or
Yes.
Who is
He
it?
kind of looks to the others and he's like, "Mind if I take that offer in private, guys?"
Isn't she like your friend's mom? That's kind of crazy.
Wait, what? No, I
Your
meant
friend
like
here has a very good imagination.
I meant I was gonna ask about someone, but I'd rather it be, it's kind of a personal thing. So, if I could have some privacy while I ask her about that person, that would be very appreciated.
Very well.
But you don't have to, it's a question.
It's just like he looks to the others, like, "Hey, yeah, guys, will you give me some space?"
Sprawl has just been kind of like dead-eyed, steely-eyed this whole time, and fine.
All right. Thanks for the pancakes, Miss Noah. And like leaves.
He turns to Madam Nix alone. He's like,
Hold on. So as soon as Sprawl leaves, he wants to secretly activate your earbud and listen in.
Roll me plus freak sprawl.
"All right."
Oh boy.
Mark
Temporary
condition.
stable or market condition, green.
Hmm.
Earbud turns on.
I mean, this would be a great time to get guilty.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
'Cause
Yes.
a massive
case-
breach of trust.
Bastion?
Yeah, and he kind of like he like re-tenses up, like kind of back to how he's been recently, and I'm sure for her it's like one of those like harder to look at. Like he looks different from how he used to be, and how he usually is
Yeah.
around. He looks closer to how he actually Shroudhound usually looks. He's like, I'm looking for someone very talented in magic that could help me get stronger. And I'm not particularly worried about how they stand in the whole hero villain spectrum right now.
Okay, can I get a name?
Well, the only person that I can really think of right now is Bruja. But if you know anyone that
Ooh, new blood.
yeah, she's kind of like, yeah, she kind of looks away, interests me.
Ooh,
Aww.
hero villain relationship.
I didn't go that far. She just
Yeah, she hasn't exactly gotten totally admitted, which is very important. To the whole, which is a very important part of the complex you're kind of hinting at. Because if she does and she becomes a she, then you're fucked.
I just I can't let things stay as they are. And
Oh, with yourself? Because if you're looking for professional advice, then there's always the magic department.
yeah, it's not that I'm not gonna.
And I know showman might not be the most pleasant,
I'm
but
keeping my options open. I'm going to talk to him. It's just that
he's definitely what would be counted as the wizard supreme of Earth,
he nods.
which is really sad because he's not old at all. He's maybe like 20, like near his mid 30s now.
Yeah, I want a
Last
second
wizard supreme was 200 before we got to him. Any case. But he's the best in the hero business magic wise, and he's always around Halcyon. Otherwise, you'd have to outsource, and then maybe the best one would be the space cons.
Yeah, it kind of like has like the flashback of the fight they had. I don't think they want to talk to me that much.
Never know until you try.
Yeah,
They might respect the balls you have for trying to talk to them after you humiliated their incriminalized, or after you incriminalized their ambassador for very good reasons. For very good reasons.
Yeah, he nods and he's just like, well, yeah, I want to have multiple options so that in case he does say no, which is possible, I have someone else I can turn to.
But Bruja always has an espresso at 10 o'clock at this, and she gives you like a super indie coffee place.
Mm.
Always. It's the one thing that isn't broken in her routine, and is probably would get her her first in jail moment if anyone connected the dots to anything she's been a part of.
Yeah, he looks at this and he's like, God, their coffee's garbage. Whatever. I guess I can fix her taste set at some other point. And he pockets it.
Hope you can fix a lot more things than that, right, Sammy boy? Any case, I'm glad we had this little war powwow. For surviving the androids, I admit you just sit and wait, or maybe, I don't know, Just try and stay away from Aztec, because if you go in there with intent, then I have to show up.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm not gonna do that. I have learned long ago that the best place for me to be is on your side.
I'm glad you recognize that.
It feels like a small shiver run down his spine. Well, hope to see either you or Joey again pretty soon.
Mm-hmm. As soon as he gets back from the buddy comedy thing.
Kind of nods and
Really weird how his father is always suddenly up in arms about doing something after mending his bike for how many odd years.
And he just kind of gives like a weak smile. He's like, "Yeah, I can't say I'm not jealous, but I'm glad he's reconnecting with his dad."
Oh, Shroudhound cares. All you just gotta do is do something crazy and then he'll come barking again.
He nods. Goodbye. Kind of still a little nervous and
Don't die!
I'll do my best. Walks out of the room and comes back to the rest of them and says, "Thanks. I'm glad you guys gave me my privacy. It was a little bit of a
It's
embarrassing side venture."
Sprawl turns off the comm.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's the plan now? They're the Terminators behind us?
Shall
Yep.
I call off?
I guess we just wait.
We're bringing them
Should I
down.
call off alert fighters?
Keep them on standby. We're bringing them down.
So,
Not right now. Let's wait until Madam Nix is no longer involved with them.
How
'Cause I
long
can-
would that take?
You can.
I'm telling you right now, we wouldn't be able to handle that fight with the resources we currently possess. And I know you don't like that company, and I don't like the company solely because of what they've done to you, that I'm aware of at least. But I'd rather us not all die pointlessly. Which is exactly what's going to happen if we charge in there. 4 prototypes attack us, Madam Nix attacks us, and anything that could possibly be in that building also attacking us.
yeah, Ian is like on his
The
phone.
ans-
Damn, they're also sponsors of Lady Xanadu's World Tour. Man, they're really evil.
That is a 1v potentially upwards of 1,000.
Out of character, I didn't notice her give a time frame of
The 12th book of Paranoia states that
of when she won't be involved.
Yeah, you don't have that.
Okay.
I
I
mean,
didn't
we
think
also
so.
didn't ask for that time frame either. But
Probably when she finally goes on holidays on her private island.
yeah, like regardless, doing it right now is a bad idea, and it's very liable to just get us killed. We do not have the resources or allies to properly take down that company.
I don't know, once Rock'n'Roll fires up his Twitter, we might have an army.
Full of what?
perhaps
Like,
we were able to some way draw Madam Nix away.
Well, she's at home. She's not at their offices or their labs.
she could catch us quite quickly. But I assume verification meant more in the employment kind of way.
No, I
Um,
do
In
too.
any case, I'm so sorry I have to pin this here, but something just came up that I have to run for.
Okay.
Yeah, you need to head out.
Yeah, I need to run.
Okay.
Alrighty.
So I'm super sorry about this, but if you guys want to continue RP stuff, can you just Lucid can send me the stuff. I know there's not a lot to do between you guys, but if you guys want to settle up a plan for like next week and then inform me of that, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
For how you want to tackle this entire arc.
Yeah, I'll get this
Yeah,
uploaded by the end of the weekend.
You-
So
Might be good to have that hashed out at the very least, us knowing what we want to do.
And then you guys can just put end of session moves in chat, or just take it like a potential or something.
Yeah.
all right.
I'm super sorry about this.
All
I
right,
gotta run.
no problem.
Yeah, it's fine.
I hope everything goes well for you guys, and I'm always here for you.
Take care, man.
Good luck.
Bye.
Yeah.
Also,
Bye.
it won't be any more like this because I've taken an academic break from my job, so I will now be super less harried.
Cool.
It's always good.
So, yeah. Things should now be like less short, more on time, and it'll definitely be full length next time. I swear to God. Hell or high water. Good night.
Good night.
Right.
So, yeah, like at the very least, I think we should wait for the android, the robots, and deal with the robots first.
Also, we might want to find out when Madam Nix's employment for
I mean,
Aztec ends.
again, we have plenty of time while we're waiting for the robots. So I say we investigate. You know, what's the term of her contract? Maybe kind of see how attached she is to the job in question. Since I mean, there
Probably
were
not-
people who targeted her son.
Sure.
And she clearly does not
Indeed.
care.
But she's probably not that attached because she gets easily bored and wants more
Yeah.
action, so I don't think the contract is for long.
That's what Bastion was thinking, which is the reason why he's like, let's just wait on that one.
Let's
Because
deal with the cyborgs first and then...
he's not saying let's not do it, but he is saying, hey, Sprawl, we've been at least attempting to do things relatively smart when we can, and this is an opportunity to actually not throw ourselves in a situation where we're very likely to die. Like, just straight up attacking the company did not end well with us for the first time when we needed to be bailed out.
We also weren't quite prepared.
Yeah,
we
and
didn't know what to expect inside. Now we do, is what I mean.
Yeah, and like, you know, what we expect, as far as Bastion is aware, is pretty far out of our grasp without the androids. We
Perhaps
Rock and
we
roll.
are 4 people.
recall that my combat skills, my combat platform is enhanced.
Like,
I haven't
there's
forgotten.
no way for us to do this cleanly. Like, we're either going to be overwhelmed, or we're going to be using tactics that's going to hurt a lot of innocent people in that building who are not really affiliated with the darker regions, and instead are working like a 9-to-5 job.
So we draw the robots out.
Perhaps. This may or may not trigger Madam Nix's contract as well.
Yeah, but like that's again that the way we draw them out is just waiting because they are literally targeting us. They want us
No,
dead.
we
So they're going to
we
come
make
to
it
us.
easier for them to come to us.
Why don't instead we make them come to a more advantageous and
Yeah.
location for us?
No, that's entirely fine, but we can take actions to draw them out quicker. Right now, they're probably monitoring us, having to track me through whatever means they have. And so we let them know where we're going to be.
Indeed.
I mean, yeah, I mean, the
perhaps
easiest
make
way to
it
do
seem
that
as
is
though we are vulnerable.
Rock and roll. How do you feel about an impromptu concert? Blast it all over
That
the internet.
can do. Feel like lure them into like a big the warehouse with full of amplifiers and loudspeakers.
Wherever we set it, we have it rigged to our advantage. No innocence.
Yeah.
It's a internet concert.
Yeah, and live stream it, so the hearts of the rock fans will be on our side as well.
And lots of cameras. So anything they do, the city sees, the world sees Aztec attacking.
Well, I could maybe finally make use of my asking the audience for help move that I have. Get such a place rigged up for us.
well, I mean, regardless, this is a lot more relaxing than let's just charge the company.
Yeah.
So Bastion's okay with this because this is still pretty close to what he wanted.
Sprawl is
Well,
still
this
considering just walking up to the company right now.
which
I feel like if we do that, like all our personal villains will be there to kill us, including Madam Nix.
like those 4 robots, from the sounds of things, were designed so that they would at least give us a major problem without Madam Nix giving the flank.
No, they're
Indeed.
most likely prototype versions of me.
So like, we really shouldn't do something that provokes Madam Nix, because that an adult villain-ish person is probably someone that would take all 4 of us to handle alone.
Indeed.
She's the primordial goddess of the night. Yeah.
Like, adult moves are fucking scary.
I don't really care about hurting her feelings right now.
Like, rather not.
There is something to be said for overwhelming.
You kind of cut out there.
I said there is something to be said for overwhelming force.
And that, like, overwhelming force would, like, very likely, involve hitting a lot of innocents.
Question.
Like,
Can Madam Nix survive a sustained plasma shower?
Probably.
we're not just gonna, like, straight up kill Joey's mom.
Yeah, that too.
If she
Like,
gets in
no.
my way and there's no other option.
Excuse me? That is, something in the business we like to call a villain talk.
We may or may not have a choice.
Yes, if she
What
gets
Aztec
no
is
other
doing
options.
is, by all indication, a threat to not merely us, but the entire internal consistency of the time-space continuum. If
To be
That
fair, I'm also
being-
not a stable element to the time-space continuum.
Nix is older than time, I'm just saying.
Also, like,
Probably
you know,
gave birth to time.
the job of heroes is to not use and justifies the means like language. We're very explicitly not supposed to do that.
I understand.
Like-
I don't know the full story behind it. I have little bits here and there, occasional flashes from the technology that has taken me over, but I know this also has something to do with my mother, and I will not be stopped from finding her.
perhaps we could.
I'm not against that, but I do think there is a time and order that we need to combat this at, and I feel like the robot issue should be dealt with first. Then we see where Aztec kind of reacts to us dealing with their robots, and then we start our plan to actually engage Aztec as a company, where we get the entirety of our organization hopefully involved in a more bigger sense in taking them down, while meanwhile we convince Madam Nix to separate herself from the company.
Well,
What you were saying is that we require backup.
Yeah,
there's
and
of course
resources.
the option of just paying her more than a contract is worth.
I mean, I don't know if Johnson has more than an island's worth of assets to just
Two
throw at him.
islands.
I can try to get all of the bitcoins and give them to
Oh
her.
my god. Accurate.
Remember, we are trying to do this legally, right? Am I the only one on this stance here?
Cryptocurrency is a gray area at best.
Because, like, you know, there are organizations that police heroes.
I think there's really no way around just waiting up till Nix is not like employed anymore and then take out.
To be clear, I'm not talking about wanting to go in and kill everybody. I'm not talking about wanting to kill Nyx if she gets in the way. I'm just saying I will not be stopped.
And I stand with Sprawl in this case.
My
Again,
goal is never
I'm
to
not
kill
standing
them.
against. I'm saying though that there is a way to do this safely, and it's not a way that is going to take like extra years. It might take like an extra month at max, I would assume, but like taking our time so that
Do
this
we have an extra month?
Even if we do, I'm not waiting that long.
this isn't a time urgent situation. Like
We don't know what the situation is. Virgil is involved. We know time travel is involved by the very nature of him and me and what they're doing. We don't know what kind of time we have.
I think I think that the emotionally charged aspects of this situation are blinding you to like doing this correctly, which is what I thought you were all about. I'm sick and tired of us throwing caution to the wind and it resulting in one of us coming back severely injured. Because it happens every time.
Verification just sort of flexes what's left of his arm.
Maybe you can handle that, but I can't.
This is not easy. But we are called upon to do, in the name of the collective will, things which we would not do in our own names.
Yeah, but not do it stupid. Which is like what that's been our protocol, honestly, if I'm thinking about it. We just rush straight in and we get our asses kicked. Or something goes horrifically wrong. Like when we attacked the Phoenician and 2 of our members lost control of their powers.
To be fair, we were going to talk. He attacked us. Our plan was never to attack him.
Yeah, but we could have definitely planned that out a bit better than, like, you know, going up to the villain and saying, hey, haha, I know you're secretly bad. Like, in hindsight, we could have went through that one, perhaps with some more contingencies.
Not disagreeing.
If we
just
cannot
pointing
wait,
out. But we weren't going there to attack.
But I'm saying that is an opportunity for us to learn from that lesson and come at a mission smarter.
Which is why I brought up the concert plan to draw them out. I'm simply saying if it doesn't work, or if it does work and it involves more than just taking out the robots, I'm not going to stop just because Madam Nyx has financial investments in the company. We can plan. We're not waiting a month. I'm not waiting a month. Y'all can wait all the time in the world. We can plan. We can concert, something else, whatever it takes to draw them out in this area that can be worked to our advantage, away from the population. Air everything so that the world sees S-Tech attacking. All of that is fine. But once that's done, once the prototypes are destroyed after they've come for us, I'm not stopping just because Joey's mom doesn't want to lose some money.
the least we can do right now is attempt the diversion. If it does not work, we can reassess from there.
Ooh. Got a plan.
It is a plan.
Says rock and roller as he suddenly danced in full rock and roller gear. Like from one panel to the another, Ian just transformed into rock and roller.
Go on.
How about we made that Madam Nyx choose between her job and her family?
I think she would probably pick the job.
I would actually think she'd pick her family. But that being said, gonna have to elaborate that because that sounds really bad.
Well,
Like, really bad when you say it that way.
well, let me talk, and then Rock and Roller starts swinging his hips. You're friends with that Joey guy, right?
Yes.
So you don't have to endanger him for real. You just can stage it. You will understand, right? And the mother will always choose her family over cheap frills, especially Madame Nix.
That being said, she would kill us.
Yeah, but if she has to choose, then she doesn't have time to kill us.
Oh no,
And
no! I mean,
when-
like after it's done, and she's like, "Oh yeah, it was just a goof. You're all dying."
But by then, I already am in the Aztec building and blow everything up.
I'm just saying. Again, that short term wise would get us the goal of destroying Aztec. That would probably the second we step out of that building, then we're toast.
Indeed. Any plan we make must avoid frustrating Madame Nix.
But she
Because-
already has her island. She's already paid.
And again, that's why I said that during this time that we have, we should perhaps negotiate with her seeking employment elsewhere. Because it's not like you're gonna really try to take it back from her.
Damn, that woman, she's a thrill seeker. She's a killer queen.
Oh my god.
she
Yeah.
she doesn't care about the money. She cares about the thrills, man. That's why
yeah.
that woman is a model. Do you know how many investments she did over the eons? She's probably richer than anybody of us.
Yeah, but again, yeah, that's why negotiations can work, which is why I
She
wanted.
does the job to get the thrills, not the money.
I mean, again, like it doesn't matter how we negotiate. It's just that we can and should try to convince her to just terminate her employment there and go
Yes.
somewhere more interesting.
That's why I said get her son on our side and then trick
Yeah,
her.
son on the side, but maybe not stage it as a hostage situation. Maybe not do the thing that makes us A, sound like villains, and B, will definitely result in her killing us, because
I concur.
even as a joke, you've threatened her son's life, which was a pretty fucked up thing to do.
Yeah, even for this, there's no reason to do that.
Like,
I concur.
Part of
Nightcrawler's
the
survival
dynamic-
is integral to our survival, especially if we are responsible for his death.
But we are not hurting him, we're staging him. And he's gone beyond the plan.
yeah, but like, Madam Nix is not gonna take that one in stride as like, haha, cool joke. I understand you had to do it to get me to move. Like that's not how she's gonna read that situation.
But if her employer is already taken out when she comes back, then she has no reason to kill us.
Oh yeah, she does. We even alluded to the idea of threatening her son. Like I think maybe just on that alone,
He doesn't have
As a
to
mother-
know that it was staged.
like
That would make it even worse.
if you told me that you had my dad and you were going to kill him if I didn't do this thing, I would do the thing. But if I found out that he was okay afterwards and it was all a prank, I would end you.
Well, then we have to be very convincing.
I'm all for taking them down, and I will not stop at anything within my power. If
Well,
anybody
it's your
tries to stop me,
funeral,
with
but
that
I will have a
said,
career in front of me as a rock star.
that said, I'm also not going to go out of my way to intentionally add extra aggravation to the person who will most likely be the one trying to kill me because I'm trying to take down the company.
Indeed.
Like,
I'm
I-
still inclined to go with the distraction plan.
Yeah, I think we should run the distraction plan and negotiate with Madam Nix concurrently. And then, if the Madam Nix thing doesn't work, we work from that angle. But if we can at least attempt and get that to work, then the taking down this company becomes a lot more viable. And from there, we would need to do some research as to a time where the executives of that building are there, but not the common worker. Or like a place where we can get the executive.
Then let
But
us
not
make
the-
it so.
it's like- The biggest problem that we're going to have fighting in that building is that if we do anything big that takes like a floor or a ceiling down, there is a large chance someone who's completely uninvolved with this situation is going to get severely injured.
Then let us make with a distraction plan then.
Yeah, so I think this should be a
See what we can
three-pronged
all agree
plan.
on.
Rock and Roller sets up the PR for the concert, maybe like in like a week.
Days.
Immediately.
Not immediately, because one
No
we need
mo-
to actually give them time to like respond.
They need at least 24 hours notice so they can prepare properly. They're not going to just send us out if we hold it in an hour. But
And
but I'm
additionally,
saying,
let me finish. We have Rock and Roller pump up hype for this concert. I and maybe someone else tried to talk to Nix about moving away from the company. And I would assume either Sprawl or Verification, you investigate any company events or hours so that we can find the most optimal time to attack this building where the least amount of innocents are going to be in it.
well, if we take out the robot, then, or the robots rather, the prototypes, then I'm less concerned with the building itself initially as much as the head. In him, we can get anywhere.
But yeah, and then that would require us to research, the movements of the head, which is why I want this for us to have time to do that so that we know where to go after we beat the robots. Or
I will
if we are
study
going to go to the building, we go to it at a time where there is the least amount of people so that we don't end up going down to their level and just letting tons of innocents be involved to deal with a problem that we don't like.
I will assist Sprawl in studying the tactical picture.
We good on this plan?
Got it.
It has my go-ahead.
Out of character, to be clear. Like with the setup contra, the way Sam was talking about it, he wasn't saying like for Joey to hold it without us there, but just set it up and then we'll all actually be there for that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, hold a whole bunch of PR events and be like, yeah, this is going to be here. Like, I hope you guys are all ready for, like, my super concert. Like,
Yeah.
have that out there and then, like, give it a couple days to stew so that, a whole bunch of people can get excited and so that it gets, like, retweeted and all that so that the company can actually see that and be like, okay, we're going to send our robots in. We're going to have them ready at that location.
Right, okay. That's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure. But to be fair, they're also probably tracking me already.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is, if during this time period, while we're setting things up, if you get attacked, we all have communicators, so you just send the word and we'll come as fast as we can.
No, I wasn't saying for that. I was saying if my movements change to where it's obvious, staking them or their employees out in some way, they would probably know.
Well, in that case, you can perhaps maybe help Rock and Roller, or if you have any other ideas as to what would be a good setup to get ready, like maybe talking to the organization and seeing what assets they can provide towards our I guess
I will work to.
hostile takeover of Aztec.
I'll also work to tech into all of their security systems. I can do that from anywhere.
Like, I think that giving us time is a valuable resource to setting up this so that when the first wave happens, we can efficiently transition into the second wave of our operation.
Agreed.
I want the least amount of chance for injury. I want this to actually not be a clusterfuck like most of our operations are, where like it's honestly partially a miracle that we succeed. And that's what everyone says when they look at the operation. They're like, wow, I can't believe it worked. I want someone to look at what we do this time and say, this is the product
But-
of their hard work
But
in initiative.
why are you so hard on yourself? Everything worked out fine so far.
I
I
will
even
assist.
blew up an armory.
We had a
You-
very rough start and a lot of personal injury.
Like a lot. Like I personally have almost been killed 3 times now.
If not for the infection I carry, I would have also probably have been killed a number of times.
After
Yeah.
all of this, you guys are still standing where other people would be long dead.
Sprawl's died, I don't know, like 5 times at this point.
Speaking of, Sam,
Yeah.
after the Phoenician incident, have you ever thought about how to kill me?
No.
You probably should have, because you will probably be facing 4 prototype versions of me.
I mean, I'm hoping they don't have the replication thing. I mean, the only thing I can possibly think of, which I don't think would even work, is to superheat your entire structure to the point that the nanites can no longer function properly. Because, I mean, that's the main problem. You keep rebuilding. So either I make you extremely hot or extremely cold. I don't know, maybe call down lightning? I don't know if I can do that, but
Well, I doubt the lightning, since I was electrified for a while.
yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, you say, what would you do? And it's like, I don't sit hours on the day thinking about how I will kill each of one of you, because that's the thoughts of a psychopath.
I could kill Sprawl. I can destroy every, like, on logic-based technology easily.
I'll keep that handy. We might need it.
See, that kind of sentence just is like, I don't. Anyways,
Guys,
I-
I should probably go to bed soon. IRL.
yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
We got our plan.
Yeah, I think we have a plan.
At least enough for the next
Sorry.
episode.
Yeah.
I don't want to just, like, roll comfort and support for you guys.
You want to do what?
I think I can do that next time, like, comfort and support
Yeah.
with the whole group.
I think we should probably just go all. I don't know. And do you want to do end of session?
Yeah, let's do that.
Hmm.
Wasn't that much?
Yeah.
I mean, it was probably the most RP we've ever had, I think, in one go,
Yeah, actually.
without combat intervening.
Yeah. I'm just gonna mark potential. Or no, wait, no. What is it? Oh, it's shift labels. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Depends who you give your influence to.
Sprawl. I think I'm going for again. Yeah.
Anything that can't move?
Superior.
Okay. Mundane down and danger up. Mundane because you're like a leader now, talking about bringing out your army and stuff, and danger because you're so
Yeah.
willing to use it.
Yeah. Yeah, I see that.
No,
Definitely.
I'm just doing growing into own image. I'm also lowering mundane and raising danger.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Ugh. Yeah, I grew into my own image as well. Guess mundane up this time and less of a savior because I was mostly Ian this time.
Makes sense.
Difficult choice. This is the first time where the third option might actually be what I pick.
Grow away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because everyone's going psycho on you, and you're like the moral center of the team.
Yeah, like,
Well, if you're removing anything, I'd probably lose influence.
yeah, I mean that is what it does. You know, it takes the influence away from somebody. I think I'm gonna take it away from Sprawl
Yeah.
because more and more he's really starting to feel like Sprawl might not acknowledge his feelings at all, which like hurts.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel like validated, and he's having a bigger and bigger worry that like this like friendship that he really poured himself into was like a one-sided deal.
A bunch of psychopaths?
Well, Sprawl
like-
and Sam were friends like in school and stuff before this
Yeah,
happened.
like he knew Horace
Yeah.
before he was Sprawl.
Well, in my mind, the whole thing it's all pretty much the tech that's affecting all that stuff. He's very much not actually human as far as all of that goes. Some of it's like the semblance of it, or like acting more on like echoes of a memory of an emotion or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeesh.
and like he just
And like something that actually I've been thinking about for a few weeks now is like, if you read my backstory, Sprawl or Horace lived with his dad, but like since becoming Sprawl, there's been no mention of him whatsoever, and just all the focus has been on like finding his mom, and he doesn't remember that his dad at all like even exists.
Wow. Oh my god. Ow, ooh, ow, ow, ow.
yeah, you know what? Like that's kind of how Bastion feels. Like he's like I don't even know if he sees me as Sam anymore. If I'm just Bastion now.
Well, he called you Sam earlier when you asked if you ever thought about how to
Yeah,
kill him.
but you know, there's one thing with using your name and then like talking to you as like an individual to an individual. Like he's like, I don't know if you see me as something outside of the superhero that's your partner anymore.
I mean, verification's definitely in like complete command and control mode.
Like even verification as he is right now acknowledges how like
Tough.
how much Bastion's struggling emotionally with what they're doing right now.
Yeah.
And he hasn't known him as long as Sprawl has. So he's like, I just don't. And like in general, he's like, I don't know
Yeah.
what's going on with this group. Like I thought like our headstrong like Russian was more of a thing of inexperience, not just like the modus operandi of like how we do things. Are we just gonna keep throwing our lives in the garbage can until one of us eventually dies?
Dark, but I mean, for verification, like kind of a murder complex. Anyway, I have to go to bed.
Yeah,
Alright, have a good one.
Night, guys.
Like,
Rollers apply the most badass Queen song to bring everyone together. Friends will be friends. In the end,
I can't fucking
when
believe
hope
that.
and friendship seems to die, he just like steps out of the ashes and starts playing that, bringing everyone together.
I can't believe Sprawl fucking listened in on Bastion.
To be
I
fair,
can't believe he did that.
the whole reason, like, he didn't give a shit what you're talking about as far as like your personal life in that sense. He just, in case if she happened to say anything else that would be useful against S-Tech. Like he wasn't spying to spy on what you were saying as much as what she might slip, if anything.
In the end, we have to teach Sprawl how to love again.
Yeah, and like again, like that still is like that means you don't trust Bastion enough that he would tell you.
We have to enlighten his robotic heart with the power of friendship again.
Yeah, I mean I think that's what Sam was trying, and I think he's starting to feel like he's failed.
Well, I
And
mean,
he doesn't.
Sprawl listened ultimately about making another plan and not just rushing in. He was just saying if
Yeah.
it doesn't work, he's going in head first anyway.
Yeah, but like but that's the thing. Like Sam had to go very hard on the logical reason, and not just emotionally. Like, I don't want to watch my friends get blasted. Like, he honestly believed that was a reason that held like a fair amount of weight. That, like, you know, I as leader and as a person, just like we keep injuring ourselves, like really bad. Like if you look at this from like zoomed out, we've been heroes for like a month or two.
Something like that.
I think it's been longer.
No, it hasn't. We
I
started
really
in.
don't
I think we
think it
started in
has.
June. It's only July 16th or something now.
It's like every mission, and I was talking to Cam about it because he's like, you know, I kind of wish you guys were more involved with the world. And I was like, well, the reason why Sam isn't is like, we have a mission, one day passes, we have a mission. Like
Right.
I don't have time to do some of the more long term stuff that I want to do with Sam, which is what I started doing now because we were actually given a couple days.
Did we as a team ever share like a celebration together? I
We
don't
really
think
don't. Not often.
Yeah, not often. And I think that's partially because, you know, we go to bed, we get up.
It's a mission.
Like usually the celebration happens like maybe the next day where you all sit down together.
And it's often like behind the scenes or between scenes.
And that's the other, like, we don't really spend a lot of time together, like as a group outside of the mission.
But again, to be fair, I mean, like for the month and a half they've been heroes, it's been like non-stop missions. Like we've out of
Yeah.
that entire time, there's been like literally maybe a week scattered throughout that month. They've actually had free time.
Well, there
Yeah,
was
and
also that
but
one
and I'm
where
saying, like,
all took
with-
verification to the spots and had fun friend.
Like within that time, that month that we've been a hero, I think we've hit like around at between 15 and 20 times where someone has almost died. And like that track record is unacceptable. We are literally, one of us is going to die. Like the only reason why we don't have worries as a player is because we know we can't die. But it's like people that live in that world.
Well, Sprawl can die. That is part of his playbook.
I mean, well, he's
Well,
kind of
technically,
built.
I mean, anyone can die as part of the playbook if that's what they choose, if how they want to retire the character.
Yeah, like the player chooses the death, which
Right.
makes it like we don't have to worry about it because we're like, well, I mean, we can just charge into the building. Worst case scenario, we all get knocked out. Like none of us can die. But like as a person who's been like living this life, you'd be like, dude, like we have almost been fucking murdered many times. I was thrown 50 feet into the air and was plummeting towards the ground on like day 6.
I was right there behind you, falling.
And like holy shit, and like everyone involved with that particular incident were all my friends. The villain didn't even touch me for that one to happen. One guy held me off the edge. The other guy was making my brain explode through a chip that was in my skull. And the last guy made the other guy drop me so that he could goober around me so I could hit the ground safely. Like, that was his first week. That usually would make most kids stop being a superhero.
Well, if I'm trying to remember, it's been so long now. That was the first week as like the team, but how long had he been doing the hero stuff before the team met up?
Well, that's the thing. Like, it's a little bit of a complicated situation because he did something like being a hero with Shroudhound, but he was never formally like a superhero until this group.
Okay, so it's his first solo outing, basically.
Yeah, and well, this wasn't how he thought it was gonna go, and like he went with friends, so he was more comfortable. As a result, it was a lot harder when both of your closest friends turn on you in one fight. Like, Joey is one of his closest friends, and he almost killed him.
Yeah, but Joey's also now that far that he overcame that.
Like, yeah, he overcame it, but like, as an experience for a person, that is very scarring.
That's
Like, Bastion has, and like just last session, he fucking gets up after accidentally running into a bird, and the next thing he sees is like one of his friends. They have to cut off 2 of his limbs. Like,
Right.
he's dealing with like a lot of traumatic stuff, and he's like, I don't want this to continue anymore. I want this to stop. And he's like, this is like the most backbone I think he's ever shown.
Need one session of just comfort and supporting.
I don't know if you can get comfort and support this out of Bastion.
Don't you fucking dare to tempt Rock'n'Roller, he will do that.
I was really debating whether or not Sprawl should have turned to Sam and been like, who's going to negotiate with her? You can barely say a sentence to her without wetting your pants.
Let Rock'n'Roller handle it.
Oh man, that probably would have made him snap.
Like
he was so close on the edge.
Yeah.
I was like, well, honestly, he would feel pretty insulted. That you think that if it wasn't for this, like, he's like, it is very different between like doing a negotiation with Madam Nix.
Rock'n'Roller summoned a god for you. You should trust him a little bit more.
I mean,
That was the other thing.
Armory, but that also was very beneficial at the end.
Sprawl was going to ask, potentially ask too, at one point, if Apollo would help actually fight Madam Nix or keep her at bay with his light powers and shit.
I mean, again, like, he's like, that his answer would have been, I can see that, I can see into that, but that would take time. Like,
You've got a
time.
day.
Yeah, and it's like, you're not giving me time. Like, I want time so that we can do this right. He's like,
also, there might be a whole political incident in the Greek mythology, with Apollo being a son of Zeus and all of that, and Nyx's family not really liking Zeus. So
that'd be fun.
Yeah,
it's like right now, everyone outside of Bastion. Initially, the plan was walk up to the guy in the bar and smash a guy who owns the bar and smash his head against the table. And it's like, or we could wait a while until he gets drunk and steps out of the establishment and then beat the shit out of him. Which is what kind of like Bastion's like, I'd rather do this so that if we strike, we put them down. I don't want a situation where we go in and we have to go out and then we're like, oh man, gotta reassess this and basically do what Bastion's trying to do right now.
Well, the Aztec CEOs probably have a secret meeting where they're being evil together and where nobody else is in the house. I think that will happen.
Well, and out of character knowledge that we have, I'm pretty sure they're also being helped with some brain thing from the future or something.
Yes, this is a situation that needs to be dealt with. But I think this is our first mission where it doesn't need to be dealt with tomorrow.
No, the day after tomorrow.
Like, this is actually when we can plan and come at smart.
But even so, I think when we go in there, every evil villain will just come at us. Aztec seems to be one of the big bad guys.
Yeah, and so rather than just go in there, maybe we go in there with some good guys in the wings.
Yeah.
So when that happens, we're just not like, well, time to run really, really fast, and we can actually call some kind of reinforcements.
Should have used my level up to become part of the legacy and then have another rock and roll outside. Well, I will do that next. Does anyone have a moment of truth as well?
No.
Oh well.
I've been sitting on. I've literally been sitting on one for months.
Yeah, that's probably your time to shine then.
Yeah, it's just that. Well, again, as players, that can reassure us that as people,
Right.
we kind of don't know that we have that in the wings.
Right. Well, I was really close to using it on the last one of verifications. The way things were going. Like, I mean, I was like a hair's breadth away from using that moment of truth and basically becoming the base.
Holy shit!
Like that's how that's how intense that last session got that you weren't there for.
Oh man, yeah.
That would be real awkward afterwards. Like
I've had you all
man,
inside of me at once.
The collective will's like, you've accessed 10 billion forbidden confidential technologies all at once. It's like, the situation was hot. Please do not engage war with Earth for that.
Afterwards, I go to like Kinko's and plug myself into a copier and print out every book of paranoia.
Oh my god, it would be so bad. The security leak of which there has never been one in the collective will. I think verification of Just Force might just explode.
Alright. Well, next time Rock'n'Roller will share up Sam, but I feel like he needs it. He needs that song that puts him back to better feeling.
Hopefully, maybe it might work.
I also need to like start missing some roles so I can get like a couple advancements or whatever in the next session or
Yeah,
two.
right? Like, excuse me? I literally never performed this good ever. Ever.
And like 3 of those roles were the same exact fucking numbers and everything.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I literally cannot believe how well that went.
Alright guys, I'm tired too.
All
See you
right.
guys next week.
Have a good night.
See ya.
Bye.